Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we are working on several labs for AZ300 Microsoft Azure Architect Technologies exam. All of the labs are available on the GitHub from Microsoft Learning, and I'm going to give you the link to this particular video. In this particular section we are working on the lab for implementing user assigned managed identities for Azure resources. In the last video, we completed the exercise 1 where we deployed a virtual machine. We created a user assigned identity. We assigned the user assigned identity to the virtual machine, and we created a resource group and then assigned the RBAC based permissions to the user assigned managed identities. Now in this particular lab, we're going to focus on exercise 2, and we're going to validate the functionality of user assigned managed identity. So let's get to it. So main two tasks: configure the Azure VM for authenticating via user assigned managing identity and validating functionality of user assigned managed identity from the Azure VM. So we want to go to the Azure portal and we want to go and find that particular VM. So let's go to our Azure, and you can just directly search that virtual machine. You have created this in the previous lab. If you have, then you will find it. If not, you have to create it and go back to the lab. Since I have created, I'm just gonna click on that particular VM. It will give us and open up all the properties for that particular virtual machine, and we can connect to this virtual machine by remote desktop and using this credential. Now how do you do that? Once you establish the desktop connection, you will be presented with the administrator window to start a PowerShell. Type the command PowerShell and then enter. And from the PowerShell, we're going to run some commands. So let's first try to log in. Okay, since I'm in Ubuntu, I don't have regular Windows nice RDP, so I'm just gonna use something. Maybe let's try the remote desktop client this time. There are two different ones that I use a lot. So in this one, let's get the public IP address of this VM, and that's my host, and let's try to connect, and it's going to give us a certificate and say okay, I trust the certificate, and we're going to connect. Password, let's get that, put it in here and say authenticate, and so that should let me get in to this particular virtual machine, and which is happening. Okay, so while this is happening, I actually got to that virtual machine and it's already given me this command prompt. So we're just going to type PowerShell and hit enter. I think that was what our lab requested or instructed us to do. So on this, you just needed to type the PowerShell command and press enter. So in this PowerShell prompt, run the following to install the latest version of the PowerShell module. Okay, so we'll just copy this one, go back and edit and paste. Oh, it didn't take it. I hit this one. I hope it takes. It's taking some time. So while this is taking some time, I'm gonna copy this one, go back one more time, and edit. Oh, so this is the command is not. It's not too terrible to type out. So let's see if it's letting me to type. Okay, so net dot. So let's just type net dot. Actually, I'm gonna just pause and type the command and not waste your time. Alright, I've got the command over here. We are still inside this particular virtual machine. I'm actually using a different client which supports the paste, so I kind of cheated and didn't type. But I have this command. I still haven't pressed the enter, but now I'm going to paste enter, and this should install the latest version of the PowerShell module within this virtual machine that I'm running. Once that's done, you're going to run this module name AZ, which is going to install the Azure module of the PowerShell, allow clubbers, keep publisher check. So we're going to trust the publisher and we're going to install another module once this is done. So here I'm just going to say default is yes. I'm going to say hit enter. So here it's installing the latest version of the PowerShell, and usually it goes pretty fast, not like you're sitting here and look, this is already done. And even the Azure module installation doesn't really take too long. So default is no, so this time I have to type yes explicitly, and I hit enter as per this instruction right here. So this is now going to install the Azure module within this particular machine. Okay, while this is happening, let's come over here and take a look at what else do we need to do. We are actually running this particular command right here. Okay, install module name az allow clubber. Okay, that's the command that we are running. So this is this command. Once this is done, exit the current PowerShell session by typing exit and pressing enter, and start it again by typing the command prompt PowerShell. So we're going to get rid of it, log back in again, and we need the Azure RM managed service identity module, and we'll be running another command after that. So let's see what's going on. So that installation process is going, and I'm just going to give it a minute or so to finish. And as soon as this is done, we'll run a couple more commands to finish up all the sections that we needed to do for task 1. So I'm just going to pause the video, and as soon as this is done, we'll come back and restart working on the lab. Okay, feel like this installation is now done. It's not doing anything for a long time. If you want, you can also try to reinstall it one more time. If it's already installed, it will not do anything. It will just tell you, yeah, everything is, yeah. So this is, you see that it didn't really do anything, just you get that command prompt back. So I feel like this is now all done. So now what we need to do, as per over here, we have to get out. So exit, and then again we'll do the PowerShell. So let's type exit out. So that's going to exit out of the PowerShell mode, and we'll go back to PowerShell mode one more time. So now you see this PS is telling you that you are in a PowerShell mode right now. So from here, what you're gonna do, you're gonna add the Azure RM managed security module. So let's copy that one, and let's run this command. And this time, as I said, it didn't copy properly most likely. So let's copy this one more time. Come over here, edit and paste. Now you have that command that you can paste over here, and I ran it and it ran just fine. Now after that, from the PowerShell prompt, run the following to install the Azure RM managed service identity modules. Here you have to type yes and press enter when prompt for confirmation. So here, this is the module that you're gonna install, and it says AZ managed service identity. So that means this module is not automatically installed when you install the AZ module. So let's do that. So we got that. So hit enter. It's gonna ask, well, we probably already given our consent to this repo a little bit ago, but it's still asking. So press Y and hit enter. So again, it's going to install that particular module, and that will be done with the first part of this exercise, and we'll be completing this task 1. In the next task, we still have to run some more commands, for PowerShell commands. So let's see what's going on. So this is all done. So we can move to now the task 2, which is validate functional a function to the user assign manage identity from the Azure VM. So what is this doing? Run the following to sign in as the user assign manage identity. So let's see what happens if we run this command. Add account and this time uh, you can, I don't know if you have used it, you can use your Active Directory account to sign in from this PowerShell window, but this time we are doing by add account identity. So it's telling you this is your account, okay, and this is the ID that I have that I can use. From the PowerShell, run the following to attempt to retrieve the currently used manage identity. So let's see if that command gives us what we need. So get Azure VM. Oh, I think it gave us. It says no, but you don't have the authorization to perform this action. So note the error message. The message states the current security context does not grant sufficient authorization to the target resource. To resolve the issue, switch to the Azure portal and navigate to the resource group blade and assign the contributor role to the user managed identity. This, okay, so let's go to our so what we did, we assigned the owner role to the 502 resource group, but we haven't done anything for this particular resource group. So we're gonna go to this resource group in our portal. So let's go there, and this showed up under the resource group. Click on that one, go under the IAM section. Where is my IAM? Here is access control, and from here I'm going to add a role, and this time we want to assign a contributor role, so it will have almost all the excuse me permission as owner except it cannot give it cannot add, or it cannot assign new permissions to anybody else. So you take that, and then the identity is, let's look at the identity that we are going to assign. Is this, so copy that one and search for that particular identity. It should show up, and you got it, and you say save. So now you have added this particular ID as a contributor role to this particular resource group. So now let's go back to the lab. So we are done. So once that's done, now if we run this command once again within this group, we expect to see a different result. So let's run now. You see, now you're not getting any error message. Now you have assigned RBAC roles to this particular managed identity, and now you are getting the information, and you have permission to run this command. So it's also saying if you get an error message, then we had to run the remove Azure account and then add Azure account identity. It didn't happen to us, but if it does happen to you, just remove your Azure account and then add back your Azure account with the identity parameter. Okay, now we're almost done with the lab. We're just gonna run one more column to store the location of the Azure resource group in a variable. So let's do that. So this is, now it has stored the location of our Azure resource group. It's in the East US, we know that. And what are we going to do here? Here we are going to create a new IP address. So contributor role can create new resources within a resource group and we verify that command is getting completed successfully. So that is going to prove that our ID is working fine and it has the necessary permission and everything is working great. And look at that, so everything is worked fine. And if you want to verify, you can also come back over here and go to that resource group. So come over here, go to the resource group, and this is the resource group, and we should see there is a new public IP address that is created in here. I still don't see it, and sometimes you have to refresh it a couple times, and there we go. So this is the public IP address that we just created by running this particular command as the identity that is attached to this virtual machine. So that's pretty much all that we needed to do for this lab. So again, what we did, we worked on manage identities for Azure resources. In the first lab, we created the manage identity, and in this lab, we validated the functionality of the user assign manage identities. Again, if you like the video, please subscribe. As like any other videos, I'm going to delete all of the resources that we created as part of the lab. So please do not try to log into any of the virtual machines. There will not be anything available if you try. But good luck with the exam, and please subscribe, comment, and learn more. Let's learn together. Thank you. Bye-bye.